we have a quorum of 12 people from NOST chapters. So I'm going to call a meeting to order at 10:06 a.m. With that, welcome Shanat Aneh to our NOST Regional Council meeting today, October 1st, 2022 at 9 a.m. Kostardi Lena. But today, Nick is the month of October. So, Kashi cornfield, clean off that road, maybe pumpkins as they are as nildo. I thought they enough baggy not dashi the weekend night. I don't know, because got clean up that one. I don't yes, that's so cohon into Edo. Ishin Hinanas Canado Shanj, that's something done on the or transit country beige. I don't know. Hinada has tan Hinley, this is Jodo Kiantanas. I don't need this Ado that's Ajo does it on the hot. I don't know. Oh, Cleo. So she joined that the Hastino on that Lejo had at the cloud. Eddie could meeting started. Yeah, thank you for your time. Certainly, Shibrock Fair so that they call. Thank you for joining us and with that, invocations of it can that that's it.
Yeah, that's that. We will not start now for the house. The
guy. We have quorum now. Any volunteers for invocation?
Mr. President, this is Council Delegate Herman Daniels.
Oh, Shita.
I can provide invocation this morning.
Okay. You have the floor, Shita, for the invocation.
Hona. Shanant Maseniki Kudo NOS chapters Kudo Nagate President Kudo Mr. Small Canyon Kudo Shita. I read the Kudo Shanale Kudo Vice President. I read the Kudo Sicilia Kudo the Nal Close Nahaba Holia Kudo. I was not Amaseniki Kudo. Was she on Zachi Kudo Kudo? I don't know Kudo Daidi Kash Kudo. So get for the Zanshita how long I don't put a quote or how long Kudo. So what does the know that? Oh, okay, that's all cost like what. So what it is, Kudo. I can't horse bana swan hona. Kudo is cut Kudo. Beggy now has stuff Beggy. Not the farm or jet or sharp order. This car has Beggy. Greggy on it, Lohona. I don't know who Hona. Trader long a had managing Hona. I don't know Jada Nana, the Benda, not a girl in Lahona. Kodoi, not a dead nation Lahona. This car, I wait Johona, they died on Nana and Lelia. But I see here, Husman has some. Yarashika Hona, Johna, Ashita Hona. A stop Hona, a Benda and long Hona. Shanti Bendikin out and slad go, yeah, I see. By here, Hilnahodo, by here needs in Hodo. Lego, Huyet, nada, sling Hona, the Hojonia Hona. Or here, it's a so loud, Aggie. We hit Huggy Honetlo. He has a needle, get through needle Hona. A bed here on us and Hona. He not eat the Hona. He has a Hona, near 2 year Hona, and he not eat the Hona. Don't hit a nine can't or let deep in a big hona, man has one, Johanna Eshutra, the net down a soldier hona, dingo she down a shahona. On nana dollar state to hona, nana shanan is naggy hona, Zunaway hona, nana shadil ne hona. I yield pitch the hona yat ego yield pit or less hona. Sad yadat egi be yield pit or less hot sad be yield pit or less hona. Sad hona, eskerata sad at la hona. They are not ill pit or lessly. Not ill naggy nana, the nanas, ill naggy nana hona. The down a sound or less hona. I don't know, unsee case the hon yat ego see case or less hon. How is yat that eggy, although we had the name hona bed not thought this. Hona, a ben see case or less each hona. I don't know, we can't have strong hona. A see by here hona. Hard is in the house hona, and that don't need a hona. Honana, hon sunland guinea is honana, glad la hona. Eat net that eats a trader and lohona, I don't know, and that will kiss of that legal and that the cloud hona, he said that or trader of that. If can't la hona, on that sunland guinea, some art, some come. I don't have a George, some art Jane hona. Honland guinea is honana, glad, yeah, hona. Be hona hon ikea la hons man has ge kanna dol ge to hona chile as khas e hona ge na da dot le ge z ge da dot le hona khaju shin da has man ge z to hot el ajnan se lenegi na ne se hona don da has kino khaju shin ne arunan da has kino na da hat le hona ge z da dot le hona ge chel da dot le hona chel be da hoil da hona ge da dot le hona we had not lost in Lenigi Hona Betty, not long at all less Hona Betty, and half clean all less Hona, out of Ton Lenny the Hona, Edo Yat Eho Hona, Hona lost in long Hon tree of Edo less Lana Hona, out of Hona, out for a Hona, Beneath made all less Hona, we had thought of them beneath Naki Hona and Hona. Hon hik edan la hon zel edan da has khadan la hon ne khabat ta hon shon do le hon khaba ta hasian khaba ke ta no hon adi chen ba da di sto do la adi chen la hon es ke do le he shi ke adan da has ta hon adi je ya da do le ya ta da skle do le khan na da do khatot ne je es na de ni khato le hon aron an hon hik edan la hon da his ag hon o da je da hit atan le hon hol ge hon Hota hota nadi zata da nesha hona. Chao kusin hota hot eat hona. Lik aid lenigi hada os nedoles, get his than the dance hada os nedoles, man hon, but Jada with scan hati not for hona. Tanatan long hati not for hona should begin to not shame hona. Adonan hona. He has a last for the hona. Aidon have get no in hona. Banana dish at honan the dark, hota de trada hona. We have get no Eden Haba washing, cars the nail for Ben Habake, the Habab Sahana Shahona, I don't hit a loud hona, wheat, Lebanon, a dish hona. A youth about many hon, it's not anti hona, banana shiketi, cat or Ed husband, the hon nasa hona, he got the casa hona, Haba the Hoshia hona, have get no in hona. I don't want cannot ask and Jahona to hold landed in Nistan Jahona, executive branch hon, Chanala hon. President Nez, Vice President Lizer, I don't know the division directors done Lahona, Hashin Foka, that Edan Lahona cabinet, Ash Pohona, division directors and Leniki Hona, Arubandal, Neshon, but Ashton Hona, Ash Probana, Ajba, Baya that Edo Lehon, Aro legislative branch, Dayajan Lahona, Speaker Damon, Arunana Hon, Besman, Anna Ash Pohona, Aruda in Nistan Lahona. Aronana judicial branch, Maya Jahona, but Ajahona, Chief Justice Joanne Jane, Arohona, Anahoy Ahidan, Latavis, Agor, he came a cargo, Dan has Hona, Ada Hona, Hona, Babasana, Shankaba, Hoshihona, Arohona, or Latan Lahon Bashana, is data Lahona, asked for home by that, Edolis, is he cut with the home, alarms for his safety, the home, he cut with the he cut with the Lahona. The Traya hot Edolis, no that total vendors, or Esahon or Jamesha, that is the home or Lan Lahon, Ajahashida, Hashin Sona or Kasahon, Bayat Edolis, Ajahon, Habata Hashia Hona, Aronan, when Gehat, El Gizada or Kasel, the Hona. Native American Church, Otla, Yosaniki Hona, Ada Hon Ash Hona, Arahon Ada, Veda Hon Taratin of Aja, Otla, Yosanita Hona, Altrbayat Etolesha, Tobini, Oko Altrbayat Etoleshona, Otai Hona, Ahon Shede, but for death and Doleshona, Ahon Shed Hona, so the Benchmate or Lesti Benibi Hona, Arahon Sanat Atan Lahona, chapters. National Hon Natus on or Jet Hosan Hodos Abi Kin Hona. National Lahona, Aro Beveland, chapter staff, and Lahon, Alcohol, Bastion, Abol, Khan Habat, Ashiahona, Pagan has Aj Honha, Bad Ashiahon, Kedan Ehona, Lavishi Hona, Oit and Dati Kapagana. Abanatina, the local banana, Sudesh, Ishahona, Habat Ashiahon, Habat Bucket at Ehona. One beget Hasin Sobek, Adolebe had out at and Lahona, but better than Lahona, Clodo had out at and Lahona, better than large hon, Habat Hashihona, what I hon shed the home for the Sendol Hona, on Artin and Hitch Hozondol, Artin and Hitch Hozondol Hona, Hozon has clean dollars, Hozon has clean, Hozon has clean. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, Shita, Tsalinze, Pado, Habin, Ja, trouvé da hat Lido de benda hat zu. Also so das sind schon die Küche da dis elive nachchen. Da nicht nicht. Okay, hier sta sta Secretary, Mr. Secretary, did we do a roll call into the record for the recording?
We sure can.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Herman Daniels, Honorable Herman Daniels, present.
Present.
Thank you. Nonsense on chapter, Patricia Blackhorn, president.
Present. Thank you.
Thank you. Darlene Pino, vice president.
I'm here. Thank you.
Thank you. Ella J. Benani, secretary treasurer. Russell Small Canyon, grazing representative.
Here.
Thank you. Willis Begay, president of J2 chapter.
Present.
Thank you. Thank you. Jean Holiday, vice president. Marietta Bedoni, secretary treasurer. Benedict Daniels, grazing representative.
Ella J. Badan is here. Sorry.
Thank you. Shanto chapter, Roland Small Canyon, president.
Here.
Thank you. Marcia Gray Eyes, vice president.
Here.
Thank you. Robert Black Jr., secretary treasurer.
Present.
Thank you very much. Brittany Hunt, grazing representative.
Present.
Thank you very much. Tsapikin chapter, Geraldine Chi, president. Chancey Nodestein, vice president.
President accounted for.
Thank you very much. Dellard Curley, secretary treasurer, and I am present. Happy J. Begay, grazing representative. Mr. Chair, we have a total of 12.
Thank you, Shita. Yeah, this the first roll call we did was we didn't have the recording going, so we have it on record now for the recording. Thank you, Mr. Secretary, for doing the roll call again. With that, going down to number 3, review and adopt of the agenda. Shita, please read the agenda into the record, please.
Okay, NOST Regional Council meeting, Saturday, October 1st, 2022 at 9 a.m. Meeting agenda. Zoom info is provided on the agenda. One, call to order, and then roll call. Invocations, 2. 3, review and adopt of the agenda. 4 is approval of the July 2nd, 2022 meeting minutes. 5, announcements. A, to be determined district raising meeting. And Saturday, September 17th, WNAC meeting host, Shanto Governance. And then B is NOTS on chapter planning meeting and NOTS on chapter regular meeting, both to be determined. Oljeto chapter planning meeting, Oljeto chapter regular meeting, both to be determined. And Shanto Community Governance Executive Planning Board and Governance Council of Nanta is both to be determined. Tsapikin chapter planning meeting is October 3rd, 2022 at 10 a.m. And then Tsapikin regular chapter meeting is October 10th at 10 a.m. Number 6, reports. Government leadership, and Mr. Jonathan Nez, nomination president. B. Minor and Lizer, nomination vice president. C. Seth Damon, 24th nomination council speaker. D. Mr. Herman Daniels, now Jr., nomination council. E. Fern Benali, Navajo County District 1 supervisor. And F. Lena Fowler, Coconino County District 5 supervisor. Number 7, NOST Regional Chapter Presidents. A. Patricia Blackhorn, NOTS on chapter. B. Willis B. Gay, Oljeto chapter. C. Roland Small Canyon, Shanto Community Governance President. And then D is Geraldine Cheese, African chapter president. 8, presentations. A. Region ARPA update, project update. Division of Community Development, Dr. Pro Elman, Division Director. Number 9, discussion, issues, and concerns. Number 10 is resolution action items. Resolution number NOS 2022-274001 and 02. Currently don't have any. And then number 11 is next NOS Regional Council meeting for FY23 is January 7th, 2023 at Oljeto chapter, or hosted by Oljeto chapter, and 12 is adjournment.
Thank you, Shita, for reading the agenda into the record. We need a motion and a second.
Chair, this is Brittany. I would like to motion.
Okay, thank you, Shmoya.
I would like to second Patricia Blackmon.
Second by Madam President Patricia Blackhorn. With that, are there any addition, deletion, or any that you need added on here to the agenda? Okay, I hear none. Let's put the motion to vote. Shita, Mr. Secretary, you do the vote, please.
Okay. Honorable Herman Daniels, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. NOTS on chapter, Patricia Blackhorn, how do you vote?
I vote green. Thank you.
Thank you. Darlene Pino, how do you vote? Ella J. Bedoni, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. Russell Small Canyon, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. Willis BA, how do you vote? for Old J2 chapter.
In favor.
Thank you. Gene Holiday, how do you vote? Marietta Bedoni. Oh, nothing. Benedict Daniels. They're not online. Roland Small Canyon, how do you vote? Is not voting. Marsha Gray Eyes, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Robert Black Jr., how do you vote?
Vote green. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Green. Brittany Hunt, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Gerald, Tafikin chapter, Geraldine Chi. Chancy Notestein, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Dylan Curley, I vote green. Happy JB Gang. Going back up, Darlene Pino, how do you vote?
I vote in favor. Thank you.
Thank you very much. With that, I have a total of 11 in favor with chair not voting.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. With that, let's move on down. The motion carries, so that constitutes it gets moved on. Now, the next item on the agenda is number 4. Approval of July 2nd, 2022 meeting minutes. This was emailed out right after the meeting. Shadad, our secretary, is real good about this. I don't know. He makes the minutes, or he emails it out to all of us. Or you can find it on our the website or the link that for NOST regions. You can go to that website and look at the minutes also. Go with that. I need a motion.
Chair, this is Brittany. I would like to motion.
Okay, thank you.
I'm going to second Patricia Blackhorn. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Shadad, you do the vote, please.
Okay. Honorable Herman Daniels, how do you vote? Approving the last meeting minutes.
Green.
Thank you very much. Patricia Blackhorn, how do you vote?
I vote green. Thank you.
Thank you. Darlene Pino, how do you vote?
In favor. Thank you.
Thank you. Ella J. Badani, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. Russell Small Canyon, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. J2 chapter, Willis Begay, how do you vote?
In favor.
Thank you. Gene Holiday. Okay. Marietta Bedoni. Benedict Daniels. Did not vote. Roland Small Canyon, not voting. Marsha Gray Eyes for Shantu chapter, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you very much. Robert Black, how do you vote? Brittany Hunt, how do you vote?
Green.
Thank you. Going on to the Tafikin chapter, Geraldine Chi. Still not online. Chancey Notestein, how do you vote?
Go green.
Thank you very much. Dylan Curley, I vote green. Happy JB Gay. Okay, going back up. Robert Black, how do you vote?
Green. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Chair, with that, you have a total of 11 in favor with 1 not voting.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. With that, moving on down to announcements. So we didn't do amendments on the announcement, so I guess it stays the way it is. With that, let's move on down to number 6, reports and government leadership. First one, Mr. President, Mr. Jonathan Nez, Navajo Nation President. Maybe even though if he doesn't do his report now, when he calls in, he can do the report. I don't know. Naniki B, Mr. Myron Lizer, Navajo Nation Vice President. Are you with us, sir? Then Nana Kune Yasi, Mr. Seth Damon, 24th Navajo Nation Council Speaker. Are you with us? I hear none. I don't should Delegate Daniels before the meeting report Ilya. So but I thought report so here should reporting lagi. Ado kune Miss Fern Benali, Navajo County District 1 Supervisor. Are you with us? Ado F, Miss Lena Fowler, Navajo County District 5 Supervisor. Mr. Morales provided report, or that must be a typo or something. Are you with us, Shamat Lena Fowler? Then Kweda Shitat Kid Miss She LDA that's a report Holono request but this I heard Miss Elsie Small Canyon. Are you on the line with us? Maybe you can do a brief report. Going once, going twice, going 3 times. Then let number 7, Nadika reports. NOST Regional Chapter Presidents. Please email written report to NOST Secretary. 5 minutes each. Letter A. Madam President, Patricia Blackhorn, Natasan Chapter President. You have the floor.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you for giving me the floor. Thank you for coming online. The only reports that I have is we have a planning meeting tomorrow at 12. So we're keep going with all the meetings, even though we're not getting paid. And everyone knows I've been trying to reach out all to my leaders, but they haven't responded back. We have a meeting at 12 to 5. Regular meeting is going to be on the 8th of October 2022 at 10 o'clock a.m. in the morning. I'll be scheduling a special meeting for annual budget and also carryover budget. All the rest of the resolutions that we have in line. I just want to thank you, all the chapter officials, and Russell. Thank you for, and Klepsy. Thank you for helping me. I appreciate it. Thank you for giving me the floor.
Okay. Here, Madam President, that's the chapter meetings. Any questions or comments? Let's move on down to B. Mr. Willis Begay, Holjet Toll, Chapter President. You have the floor, sir.
Yeah, she reported then, so we have any position. Have a safe day, and sashin fair and dark. Sashin is not it. Sashin isn't that yes. Sashin sashin craft. Sashin which is near doctor now. Sashin near doctor. Yeah. Idea. Hakone.
Oh, thank you, Mr. President. Here for joining us today. Moving on down to letter C, Shanto Community Governance President. She report again. She reported this October 1st, 2022 SCG President's Report. Please accept my report for the NOST meeting. The COVID-19 pandemic is still an issue in Shanto area, so most meetings are conducted by virtual and very few in-person meetings. Nana Shea, I usually make myself available to the community during the work week, Monday through Friday. Although some days they on weekends. Although chapter house set that administration set that I usually talk with them about their issues. So that way I have a pretty good understanding of what's going on in the community. Mr. Secretary, can you mute that, whoever's making noise, or unmute it, please? Okay, thank you. I make myself available to the chapter. I usually communicate with the subcommittee, like here, planning and zoning, which is Club C. If it has to do with like any power line issues or water line issues, so I communicate with them. I don't know. Every day I have direct communication with our Madam Vice President, Secretary Treasurer, though. Of course, I'm the supervisor to the chapter manager. So, I have direct communication every morning, and I'm there. So I usually do my signatures for payroll, though anything like resolutions up in here. Our Secretary Treasurer is real good about publishing the meeting minutes. So it has to do with stipends. I don't have to explain that to you. So I don't administration, don't they have their daily duties? So, and of course I have to stay on my side of the policies to where I don't interfere with their businesses. Like power imbalances that done. And again, that's how we work as a certified chapter. So I will have direct communication with our council delegates. So our daily activities, and so we have that direct communication with all of us every day. I try to update him and LDH though. We have so directors though. So we work through them. Sometimes we work directly with the directors, President Nez, administration directors and Lenny. We have our weekly SCG leadership meetings every Monday. That's our way of communicating directly with each other through Zoom, or sometimes we do it in person. But most of the time it's through Zoom. Ajay, our daily projects, are things that we need, say like clearances or anything that needs to be taken care of right away. So with directives, we work to the administration or subcommittees. In return, we work with them that way. So if they need help with their projects, then we push the projects along that way. Although we have that open communication every day, and that's how our leadership showed up. Although the other item I have on here is the old LP and BM rail line. Le Black Mesa, the old railroad that used to go out to NGS. The bandit and the latest meeting we had was with the chapter. The chapters that are affected are Nihito Shanto chapter, Tonali is all Kaibatu, Chi. So the one of the main issue is the steel rail line that's still in place. So there's a consultant that came out of Texas. We can leave it in place, or we can have it taken out and get it recycled. Called, I believe, Mr. JT Willie's working on it. But we haven't meet with them again to hear directly from them. We don't know what their plans are for the railroad. Right away, we made a resolution. The same way with Lake Black Mesa, conveyor belt that down this metal, all the way to the top. There's no more conveyor belt. Kachet Railroad, it's on our agenda for economic development. So we're still talking about that, and hopefully it turns in a positive way where we can benefit from it. The audit, council delegate Herman Daniels, so delegate Paul Begay audit, Clarosa Kene, of course, they're always in support of the chapters, how they're going to handle the railway. So we have that open dialogue with them too, our two council delegates. Nana planning and zoning, which is a club C to non-certified chapters. Their main project right now is rule addressing. So as you know, this rule addressing pertains to a lot of things. If you read in ARPA, the oversight is Division of Safety. It has to do with safety, and then it has to do with, of course, voting. I realized lately and maybe with like earlier Shamat, Dr. Pearl Yellowman, that roulette dressing with even little things like this are NOST region meetings it has to do a lot with it. I don't know, a lot of you are probably curious about the Shanto Hotel. This past week, concrete poured the foundation out of footing. It's in a curing state. So once that is cured, then the next phase is going to come in, maybe flooring, then maybe some structure. Pretty soon you'll see some structure going up. The steel columns and other structures. They installed a huge, I forgot how many gallons that was, a water tank right next to the Shanto Marketplace, a store water tank that I believe that's for fire hydrant. Then even they had to install that water tank there to facilitate the fire system. EIF hay distribution on yesterday, the third one a day, yeah. And one thing that's unique about our area is NPL, Navajo partition land. So we had to consider our people that live in that community. Although of course we have our the big red site, the trust land site, though. Hay distribution man. With that, that's my report, Shanatani. Real briefly, I didn't really go into details. Madam Vice President, should text you have you're over 5 minutes, Shadini, so yeah, for the reminder. I can respond to any questions or comments, Shanatani. Any questions or comments?
Mr. President.
Oh, Shita, you have the floor.
Yeah, chapter president for Shanto. Yeah, I just want to say thank you to Shanto chapter. Yesterday and the other day, hay distribution. What I resources and the committee for $4 million. If it can't wait, so I don't know the chapters which are that peso. So Jato 43,000, Santo 39,000. I don't know it's a call. Because the Canaan, not the other the other chapter is look on the radar. That's all Negi. I see here. I see a can't get a destination. I see on the radar. What era don't dash tin up and I yeg on Sydney, Craig on the radar, how it's London. So Halit about $8. So I could have a better had a see could on the radar, RDC. As an hard handy, I can make so as constantly it's that way. Don't understand that the need base. No, that's a hard concept. Oh, that a see case could on hit the end. And again, I don't let it end the hard ego. So they what's on the radar, the agricultural infrastructure fund again. I don't know. I just want to say that to the chapters that. On days Mr. President, I just want to say that. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Oh, thank you, Shta. I usually we convey that to our the net of Kharachanigi. We tell them it's you have to explain to them how this came about and and we had to tell him we had to stick to the stipulation. The AIF not so our chapter administration and the staff they did the biggest portion of this hay distribution. Our workers there, volunteers, they were there, and they came out and they helped us. Truck and Halo, he did a big job, and we got some quality hay that came that through his connections. He already see that. Hopefully we'll do another one soon here. When there's not in Aslan with the drought conditions. Right now everything's green. If there's no other questions or comments, I'll jump down to D.
Chair, this is Patricia Blackmore. I'm sorry.
Oh, okay, you have the floor, Madam President.
Yes, thank you, Chair. For giving me the floor and everything. That's what I was going to say. It's good that you guys now finished with your agriculture infrastructure funding. 2 days ago, that's your last one, Nina. And just thank you for doing a good job. People come first, and that's more important to us as leaders. I don't go on so high. In case it's not summary, the next. But you have to listen to the people. Thank you for giving me the floor, Chair.
Okay. Thank you, Madam President. If there's no other questions or comments, I'll move down to letter D. Geraldine Cheats, chapter president. You have the floor. Shada, if you're with us. Or Mr. Vice President, if you're available, can you do you have a report? Can that?
Hello, this is Vice President Chancey Noticing Republican chapter. What was that question, say?
Do you have a report from your area, from your chapter?
We just had a bunch of. I don't think the monsoon's been over, so we had a couple rains over here. So a couple of our earths and dams got kind of damaged. So we're just trying to work on that. I'm sure probably other areas in the same vicinity are dealing with the same thing. But with our hay distribution, I don't think we have done that. So we're just waiting on confirmation on that also, maybe, I think. So, so I'll just with the other officials on Monday and see what's going on with that. And then next time we have a NOST regional again, I'll be sure to have something prepared. That's all for me.
All right. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, again, it's important that you have this chain of command. If your president's not available, then you have the vice president.
Chair. Excuse me, Chair. This is Russell.
Okay.
I got.
Now you have the floor.
I got one comment to add to that. AIF again. That thing comes from agriculture, so crazy for sure. Yeah, but that the whole nation Department of Ag. Though they on such careful the net at the kid even if they don't have a grazing permit, it's not a state the best state Kingston, yeah, there's a wedding or a ceremony going on, even yes. they don't have a permit. But you got to think that whole corral is like a refrigerator. You're trying to keep the meat fresh until that time. So is open to that case of because that's just another. A lot of people they rodeo that they don't really have permits, but that's their job. That's they don't out and the tally count, but that's efficiency art. Even not in the so tally count that shows that you have a livestock. Although the community ne bantu da kes a ke disnido le is a shanto ado not a bit kinder or jet ho na das ande is not ane ke hela.
Okay, Shana, for your input on the AIF. What happened with this AIF was the neto but telecount that although of course so he grazing official so they made arrangement with our grazing official. Although they, of course, telecount, what it does is it renews your grazing permit. So the net outcome, they were filling out applications, although they got on the list. For your input on the AIF. I know with that, we'll move down to.
Sterling.
Yes, Madam Vice President, you had the floor.
Thank you. Thank you for talking. So, yeah, they've been in there is the I just want to add a few things. This monsoon. We have family that lives down in Navajo Canyon, Kaya Canyon area. We have an open communication. I have an open communication. So recently I did a monsoon release. Submitted, helped them to complete the monthly application for the document, supporting documentation. Submit by issue. They are shown the Department of Emergency Management on the navigation. They are shown I think the main thing about the monsoon relief application was the road conditions down in the canyon. So that's I really want to attempt to go I'd like to see if we can get together on that. How you guys your calendars maybe the table the folks that live down in the canyon other not just one audit older project registered. So I'd like to continue to really try to plan some planned out to that road is addressed. Some time ago, I did the sponsor a resolution. Mr. Herman Daniels is aware of this. So at the time, I asked Mrs. Slow to help us out to continue with it. And then I also had Garrett Silverson. They so it's like a continuation of communication. They put that road condition. Although just recently, Coconino County, Lena Fowler, she's on board with that condition. So I think agenda has been real major work. They carry about which that family, I don't offer that they're very unique to family members in Palestine. Although the other thing is I just want to say thank you to the Edmund Stoll of the emergency management out of Winter Road. They donated pocket cases of bottled water. They keep in touch with our acting citizens, Calvin Survey Budget. Pick up these get in touch with Hollywood, a lot picked up and stuff. And then I met up with the family at the crossroads. Local close delivery although another thing is Mark Marshall, the bad 2021 I did my bondage so my understanding
Madam Vice President, we can barely hear you. Are you making a report or are you a short comment?
I'm adding my I guess you could say a report. Just wanted to add some things that is being done at the Navajo Mountain.
Okay, are you done? You're breaking up and there's a lot of static coming through.
No, I'm not done. The main thing is that Mr. Daniels had mentioned veterans. So I listened to that conversation several days ago. The Western Agency has submitted their resolutions and their stance. Unfortunately, that 0024-22 passed. So I'm not sure what's going to happen with the office of the president sign that but that's what I wanted to add and mention in our community. Okay, Chair, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, you were coming through with a lot of static, so much of it we didn't really hear. So yeah, for
I could not hear anything she said. Maybe a written report, maybe.
Yes, maybe Shantani, Madam Vice President, can you do a written report and email it to Mr. Secretary? Thank you.
Thank you.
We're down at number 8, presentation and presenters. They 5 to 10 minutes for cut. Letter A, Region ARPA Project Update, Division of Economic Development. Dr. Pearl Yellowman, Division Director. Shema, are you with us?
Chair, this is Patricia.
Yes, you have a Haila?
I just want to see if Ella has a report too, because all the report that Vice President gave was like me. I don't know what she's talking about, because we've been helping the Navajo Canyon.
Madam President, I have we're on number 8, so I'm waiting for Dr. Pearl Yellowman to, I'm not sure if she's with us.
But I would like for us to be addressed too. Thank you.
Hey, you had that time, Quet, agenda, approved it, you could have requested for that, but we're following, please respect our agenda, please.
Oh, good
I
morning.
understand that, thank you.
Good morning, Shanant. I'm on the line.
Okay, okay, you have the floor, Shema.
Okay, good morning. Good morning to our honorable delegate, Herman Daniels, and our NOST council members and chapter officials, and chapter staff who may be on the line, and any colleagues on the line. I know there's quite a few of our division directors who went to Shiprock today. So I just want to be brief. I appreciate all the meetings that the delegates and Delegate Herman Daniels has had with his chapters regarding ARPA. I know that you guys are moving forward with putting together your Appendix A applications. Starting this Monday, we will be having, we'll be sharing some technical assistance links and address for ARPA Appendix A. So between myself and Shayla, will be available for Appendix A technical assistance. I also will be in Western Agency after Wednesday. I was trying to work with Tuba City chapter to host an ARPA update for all of Western Agency, but that didn't happen. But I'll still work on just some ARPA updates and just some overview. The other thing is, so we'll be doing Appendix A technical assistance time. Those will be virtual. The other is Mr. Delguy has been having housing presentations, and now we're working with NTUA to do the bathroom presentations. We're also creating our rural addressing presentation. The last 2 weeks, we've been able to meet with DPS and kind of develop that scope of work for the rural addressing under Section 4 of ARPA. So if you submitted for rural addressing in the DCD portal, or your chapters have been working on rural addressing, we're now kind of developing that scope of work to complete or address rural addressing throughout Navajo Nation. The allocation for rural addressing is 35 million, but we'll be sharing that with DPS. DPS wants to complete the PSAP towers, or they want to complete the E911 command center in conjunction with completing rural addressing. So we should be able to fully share information soon on rural addressing and how we plan to implement or roll that out. But that was not allocated to DCD. It was those funds for ARPA Section 4 was allocated to DPS. So in this case, we're kind of working under the umbrella of DPS. So I want you all to be aware of that. We have been meeting with the legislative office, Ms. Barboff, and DOJ. And it looks like we have a plan and some support to assist the delegate for organizing and keeping information together for the expenditure plan when the delegate is ready to move forward with the legislation for the ARPA legislation. So that I'm glad, because we had drafted a template. We've kind of merged these templates together, and we're moving forward on that, assisting the delegate for dropping the ARPA legislation, or when they will be dropping that legislation. The other thing is, this is the end of the year, or the end of the budget year ended, I guess, Friday. And then moving forward, some chapters, or they should have been working with their SPPS staff on their carryover. And we're going to work really hard to move into the FY23 budget, our fiscal year. So please work with us, and we're going to do our best, ASC, SPPS staff, to have a good transition into the new year. So those are some of the main things I kind of want to highlight. The other is the Western Agency Fair. So I hope to see everyone there next weekend, and everyone continue to be safe. There is a new flyer out on the monkeypox or information. So I probably will send some of that information to our IT department. And it is flyers and communications. Might be helpful to have that posted in your chapter house, or around your chapter house, or in your community. We probably will need to kind of transition into educating community members on monkeypox. So that's something that I've been seeing from NDOH, Dr. Jim's office. Now our job will be to disseminate that out to the chapters and local leadership. So I just want to share that. I know also the ARPA team will be presenting some information to the LDAs. We are meeting with the LDAs. It was it's an ongoing coordinated effort to update the LDAs. So I really appreciate LC, many other LDAs in the Western Agency, LC, Jerry, Alicia, Renee, they're all doing a great job assisting and trying to relay information to chapter officials, chapter staff too. And then on top of our outreach to chapter officials, delegates, on Monday, we'll be meeting with just the LDAs and giving them some current updates, similar to what I shared just now: housing, bathroom addition, rural addressing, the Appendix A. Remember, the Appendix A has to be accompanied with the budget forms. So again, we will be transitioning into technical assistant hours or times, virtual, to go through some of those Appendix A reviews. If you're getting ready to submit those to DOJ, if you're already preparing those Appendix A and you're sending them to the FRF office, and the FRF office is sending them to DOJ with you, that's great. We just need to keep moving on that. Maybe some of you have already gotten a DOJ response, or already gotten a DOJ determination. So I commend you, and we're more than halfway there. So again, the other message I have on the Appendix A is we already identified the need. We already know that chapters and community members, you need, if it's a heavy equipment or bathroom additions, we already went through a lot the last 2-3 years. We already recognize the need. The Appendix A application is for the purpose of federal dollars, and it's to demonstrate how you're going to implement the federal dollars. So again, our leadership, they've already acknowledged that we went through a lot. That's why we got the ARPA funds. And the 8.8 million has already been appropriated to your council delegate, that the need was already justified. Now the Appendix A is to demonstrate how you as a chapter officials or the chapter administration is going to implement the funds. So now think about how you're going to complete or implement the project. That's what the Appendix A is, to state how you're going to be complying with federal dollars. That's what makes it eligible. So that we want those Appendix A applications to be deemed eligible by DOJ. We want to demonstrate that we can implement the funds. We already justified the need. We already went through the need. So I'll in there, Shananta, and I was out this last few days, but I'll submit a little written report when I get back into my office. Yeah, Mr. Small Canyon, back to you.
Okay, thank you, Shema, for your report. Although I know you have a big job, and I can't imagine what, if you're dealing with 110 chapters, I know you're dealing with a lot of issues, and at the same time you're trying to handle the ARPA projects. So I commend you for that, Shema, for standing up and doing this every day for us. Yeah, I know the 18 chapters out of the Western Agency in informational meetings, but at our chapter level, we had several questions. Perhaps we can schedule a meeting with you, maybe at our leadership meeting. We have a few questions for you, that pertaining to ARPA. Earlier, I mentioned rural addressing bandit. We have a few questions there, Shema. Are there any questions or any comments from the audience, Shanatani? Dear report, Dr. Pearl Yellowman, Lagi. I don't hear any. I guess we don't have any questions or comments, Shema.
After Monday, I can work with Delegate Daniels and Elsie to set up a meeting or be available. It's more efficient for I don't want to say for us in Windrock. It's a little bit easier for Shayla, Mr. Dalgai, and Mr. Baldwin and our bathroom addition team if we keep the group as the regional chapter group instead of individual chapters. So if there's a way we can meet with everybody and go over some of these questions, we can be available. On Monday is next week on Monday is the LDAs. On Monday, Tuesday is Kian Bigay. And then after Wednesday, I'm going to be headed towards Tuba City and kind of help prepare. And I think we'll be set up at the fair too on Friday, but next week's kind of already, I guess a week I look forward to going home to the fair. But if there's a date we can set up, maybe right after the next weekend, after next week, then I can share some available dates with you.
Okay. I can see our secretary is already at work on finding a date. I believe we can do this as a NOST region again for update on the ARPA. Any possible date, Shita, Mr. Curley?
Let me see here. Stay in my.
Those of you that called in, I'm sorry for for you calling in, but on here we're seeing like where Mr. Curley is looking for a calendar to where we can schedule this meeting. That's the beauty side of using Zoom. Any questions or comments while Mr. Curley is looking for the possible date?
I think there's a better calendar if you go to if you go up to the top and it says outreach. If you go into ARPA on the red, you go into ARPA on the red, and then on top there's outreach. And then there's a calendar that shows the whole month. And then there's a application, not an application, there's a request form. Something along those lines right there in the calendar. So even if you just look at the calendar and look at an open date and hurry up and email today. I already got an email earlier this morning, but I can let Shayla know to reserve it for the NOST chapters.
Is Wednesday good for everybody?
I can't see. Oh, I'm sorry, I can't see the screen, but next Wednesday or this coming Wednesday?
Let's see, this coming Wednesday.
I'm available. This is Upington Chapter Vice President. That sounds fine to me. So just throw my 2 cents.
This coming Wednesday, any preference, Shema, time? Well, 9 o'clock?
Maybe in the morning, but I know we have RDC too on Wednesdays, and sometimes I have to just check the agenda, but this Wednesday morning at 9, maybe that will work. It'll be a virtual meeting.
Okay. Fifth. Okay.
Chair, I got one question on the ARPA.
Okay, Oceana, you have the floor while Mr. Secretary is looking for the calendar.
Okay, on this one, broadband, we never got to that point. Signal, oil, and not answerable. I had the last chapter official. I was working with them for last year, I did some GPS on some locations on the broadband, the microwave. So it kind of got confused on the fiber optic. So I got a couple of more locations. It's already there. The power's there. The tower's there. All you need to add is like 20 feet. I don't know, you can add another repeater or a microwave, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Then you can reach all the way down to Navajo Canyon. It can reach down there. Because last time, Unix from Blanding down, they took us down up to the mountain, trying to put one up on the north end, but I think the contract expired, so it didn't happen. So I'm just having a question. Can we re-pull out that resolution from the last chapter official that can it still be active on the broadband?
Yeah.
Give me the floor, Chair.
Shana, I recommend that the chapters get their questions together and be more prepared for the day that we're having that meeting. You can pose that question to them. We're talking about the 5th now. Council session, Shay, starts on the 15th.
It's the 17th for Nambi fall session.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then but as I'm looking at it, RDC doesn't have an agenda for the 5th. So that does look like a feasible day.
Okay. Yeah, let's schedule it for Wednesday.
Because I would assume if the council's on top of it, they would have an agenda for that already.
Chair,
Yes. Who's this?
good morning. This is Elsie.
Oh, Shadeja, you have the floor.
Okay, thank you, Chair. Also, all the NOST regional chapter officials, delegate, DCD, and everyone on the line. I just forwarded RDC's updated calendar for October, and there is a meeting listed for Wednesday the 5th at 10 o'clock. So if you guys want to look at that, I did forward this last week. It does indicate that there's a meeting scheduled for RDC on Wednesday the 5th at 10. That is all I wanted to bring up. Thank you.
Okay. Looks like the weekends are open. All right, Shamat, Pearl Yellow Man, are your weekends open or how they?
Yeah, I can do weekends. I know quite a few of our chapter officials work during the day. Sometimes evenings can be arranged too. I think this is important, so I can be available evenings and weekends. Not all of my staff can't though. I respect that they have family plans or try to give their weekends to them, but Shay, I can. I do know that I thought today was the Fort Defiance agency call, but October 15th is Fort Defiance agency call. So that's one weekend that I'll be reporting there. And then next weekend is the Tuba Fair or Western Fair. So just those are my 2 weekends that are already committed, but even Sundays can work too.
Okay. I'm sure your staff probably have a lot of information that you want to put on, like use them for the meeting too. How's the 4th? Mr. Secretary, the 4th, Ishant, is that on a Thursday?
The 4th, that looks okay, probably in the afternoon, because it looks like RDC has a leadership meeting that day.
Okay.
So, but maybe the 5th in the afternoon, probably around, I don't know, 3
yeah.
3 to 5, I guess that might work.
Let's try that. The 5th, yeah, late in the afternoon, yeah.
And is this going to be virtual?
Yeah, virtual.
Okay, I will set out a meeting here shortly.
That means RDC committee, the council only do like 5-minute reports. Okay, while you're working on that, Shita, for Wednesday. Wednesday on the 5th, 3 to 5 p.m. meeting though this. So with that, number 9, Crit, going back to our agenda, discussion, issue, concerns. I'll get back to you, Mr. Secretary, when you schedule that. Aro 8, then we don't have any. Aro number 10, resolution action items. We have none. Aro moving on to number 11, next NOST Regional Council meeting, FY 2023, Saturday. Mark your calendars for this Saturday, January 7th, 2023, hosted by Holjeto. I want to make a directive on this. We'll have one of the officials do the invocation on this, although maybe do the welcome address by the whole Holjeto chapter. Mr. Secretary, so the meeting will be on Wednesday. Any information on this stuff?
Yes, I'm gonna go ahead and send out the meeting invite here shortly to everybody, but that would be Wednesday, October 5th from 3 to 5.
Okay.
All done on Zoom.
Good job, Sta.
And you guys should all have it here soon.
Okay. Last item on the agenda, adjournment, number 12, adjournment. I'll need a motion and a second.
Chair, motion.
This is Madam Vice President Marcia.
Yes.
Napa Mound Chapter Secretary Treasurer Ella, second.
Okay, thank you. Any questions or comments on?
Chair,
Yes.
this is Brittany.
Okay.
I just want to thank everyone for attending, and I want to thank Shanto chapter for having all its members attend. And I always try to reach out and text everyone to let them know so that they're participating in these meetings. And so maybe just encourage everyone else to reach out to each other and text each other to let them know, or 48 hours notice that this is going to be in progress.
Yeah. Thank you, Shmaya. But they're all leaders too. They should have these on their calendars. There's expectations. When they took the oath, this goes along with it too. Thank you. With that, Mr. Secretary, can you please, I don't know how you want to do this. Everyone say aye, or do you want to vote on it?
We'll say aye.
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 Okay, there's a
Checking
majority.
everything. Aye.
Okay. Hey, but Mr. Secretary, is that majority?
With that, Mr. Chair, you have 11 ayes and 1 not voting.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Oh, that adjournment time is 11:36 a.m.
Bye, everyone.
Yeah, thank
Happy
you.
October 1st and Happy New Year.
Oh yeah, fiscal
Thank
year.
you.
Well, be scared.